So, my name is Dr. Sarah Dalton, and I'm a faculty member in the PhD Counselor Education and Supervision program, and I'm going to be interviewing you. You can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Jordan Moore. I am in my last year of the clinical mental health counseling program.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to ask you 10 big questions that hopefully help us learn a little bit about you. Okay, ready?
Awesome. Yes,
Okay. If I were to ask your high school friends what they thought you'd be doing today in your life, what would they say?
they'd probably say that I am a dancer somewhere, like a ballerina somewhere. That's what they would probably say.
That was an interest of yours when you were in high school?
Yeah, I was a dancer. I did ballet for 18 years, and I instead of going that path, I joined the military and then made me curve into counseling field.
Wow, amazing. What an
Completely
interesting
different,
path. Yeah,
right?
very. Well, maybe tied into some of those things. What is the hardest thing you would say you've ever done?
Ugh, the hardest thing I've ever done was probably work on myself. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever experienced was like learning my like self-regulation and self-awareness. Not only like through this program did I learn that, but also just like the last 2 years, I've been diving really deep inside of myself. And I think that's been the hardest thing I've done in life, but also the most rewarding. So
And if we ask our clients to do that, then we should do it of ourselves, right?
exactly, yes.
Very good. What is one thing in your life you refuse to live without?
Um, Probably ice.
Nice.
I I love ice. And I don't like to eat ice. I just like to have ice in my drinks. I like everything ice cold. And so I'd probably have to say ice. So water, maybe?
Nice. Well, I'm an iced coffee all year round kind of person, so I
Yes.
can respect that.
Love to hear that.
What is the most common compliment people give you in your life?
Um, the most common compliment I get is I could go like serious or kind of like honestly the most common compliment I get is about my hair color. They ask if it's natural. I'm a natural blonde, and yes. So that's like I get that question probably monthly my entire life.
Hmm, well,
It's
people ask me
interesting.
that too. So I fully relate. Okay, very good. Um, what member of your family or friends, either one, has had the greatest impact on your current way of thinking?
Yeah, my Aunt Renee, um, she has had the biggest impact on, I would say, me as a whole. She's the one that really talked me into like diving deep on myself and like really taking a step back from like a social life and just kind of putting myself first. And then even prior to that, like witnessing her doing it and just like having her throughout my life has been extremely life changing in the best way possible.
Oh, so good to have people like that. It sounds like she
It
really
really is. She's a like a twin flame of mine.
and really helping you move through life, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay, now this might be a hard one. Maybe not. What is the last book you read?
Oh, well, it was before I started my program, other than like a school book, because I'm not going to say that. Um, oh gosh, the last book I read, such a good question. I think the last book I read was The Program. It's a series, but I like the last book of the series is the last book I read before starting.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll get back to reading afterwards.
I'm
Some
so
people,
excited.
some
I
people have to
cannot
take a
wait.
break.
I cannot do it. I can't do it.
I know. You are reading enough as it is, so take a
Thanks.
break,
Yeah,
but you'll
I'm
get
I'm
back to it.
taking in plenty. I'm good right now.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Question number 7 is where we're at. What are some assumptions people have made about you and or your family, and how did it impact you?
I will say I just moved to Chicago from Dallas, Texas last May. And I'll say like the experience of moving and just the as soon as I say I'm from Texas, like the assumptions people get about me and my family,
Hmm.
um, they're kind of harsh as it should be, honestly, in my opinion. And so experiencing that for almost the last year has been new, but it's been eye-opening as to like things that I may need to work on or things that I'm like, no, I'm good. Like this is not, that's not how we are. Um, but yeah, I would say that just like moving to the north, coming from the south, I would say that just like it's different. I didn't think it would be that way, but it is. But I like it.
And having to sort of explain who you actually are to
Yeah,
people you meet.
it's kind of rewarding. I am all about like I like who I am. I can sell myself. I and so talking of like getting having them get to know me is the rewarding part of them starting that conversation as like sometimes at the beginning of those conversations I was like, ugh, how do I answer this? But now I'm just honest and everybody's like, oh my gosh, like I never would have thought that. Like and so now when my family comes up here, they even want to like hang out with my family. And so it's really rewarding.
That's great. That's really good. Being who you are, genuinely who you are, works out, right?
Yeah, it's not as exhausting as it is to be somebody you're not.
Exactly. You are right. Okay. I have a whole list of answers for this question. So here you go. If you could get rid of one thing from your daily routine, what would it be and why?
Like, do I want to go like responsible or do I want to go just like, I'd probably have to say traffic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a patient individual. Um, but traffic is something that just really grinds my gears no matter how my day is going. So I would say I would like to get rid of traffic. I think everybody would be happy about that choice too.
Hmm. That's a good answer. Very good. What is something that you have wanted to do that you've been able to achieve?
Mm, that is an interesting question. Oh, actually, something recently since moving to Chicago, also, I am a barista, and that is something I have always wanted to be. I have applied over 20 times to be a barista, and I'm 30 now. And this is my first time that I was ever called back, ever given a chance. And so my life goal is to actually open a coffee shop and potentially run a practice out of my coffee shop. And so being a barista was a huge step in just starting that plan for myself. So that was when I achieved it. I love going to work every day. It's like so exciting. So that was a big achievement for me.
Oh my gosh, that gives me
And
goosebumps. Like the combining of worlds. I love that.
yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
so here's the last question that I was worried
Okay.
maybe you couldn't answer, but now I'm quite sure you can. Okay, ready?
Okay, we'll see. Yeah.
What is your caffeinated beverage of choice?
Oh, depending on the day, but I'm gonna have to just go with a good old iced coffee. It's just it starts my day off beautifully. It's not too sweet. I'm not a sweets person, so I just like a good iced coffee. And the fact that it's free for me, like at the coffee shop,
Yes,
nothing but a hair flip. So an iced coffee,
I love it. And it has ice, which you can't live without. So everything you need, right?
everything I need in a cup. That's it.
Very good. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much, Jordan, and I hope you have
Yeah,
a
of
great
course.
day.
Thank you so much. You too.